Hello everyone, I'm the EFC and this is BlueLionsTV, and today I'm bringing a new segment to the channel called Player Rating. Now, the title speaks for itself. Another quick reminder before I start the video, there is a Transfer Daily video out right now. I know a lot of you guys haven't got the notifications for it. Go to my channel right now in the description below and in the tag above, you will see the link to the video. Anyway, getting straight into this review, Thibaut Courtois. Pros: he was vital at saving shots from close range, fantastic speed and reactions, very strong palms as well, made so many key decisive saves as well. That fantastic save he made from Alexis Sanchez will be the save of the season in my opinion so far. Such quick reactions, and honestly it was an amazing performance, one of his best individual performances at Chelsea. Now for cons, I'm leaving that at NA because he didn't do anything wrong in this game. He couldn't have done anything better for the goals we conceded today, and really he was phenomenal. And I'm giving him a score out of 9. Gary Cahill. Pros: his positioning was very good. He worked in tandem with Christensen and Azpilicueta. He kept that line very strong and very tight. He also helped push out wide to help Marcos Alonso defend as well. And his interceptions were amazing. He made 1 or 2 great individual slide tackles as well. And for cons, really, there was just one particular moment in this game where he did let Lacazette come in from behind. And really, if Lacazette had scored that, which he should have done, it could have really put us at a massive disadvantage. And I just feel that that individual mistake was just too big to not really detract from his overall rating. So I'm giving Gary Cahill a 6.5. Andreas Christensen. Pros: his positioning was very good, especially in those central areas, and this is why he was able to make so many clearances throughout the entire game. His pass completion rate was amazing. He only gave the ball away 3 times. He really helps us play out from the back with his intelligent positions that he takes up and his distribution of the ball. And also as well, his ability to really clear up all the danger and mop up anything in behind was pivotal in this game today. He as well was another player that made some very key clearances throughout this game. Cons: Christensen didn't put a foot wrong in this game today. Was it his best ever performance? No, it wasn't, but he didn't make a single mistake in this game. I'm giving Christensen a rating of 7 out of 10. Azpilicueta. Pros: his clearances were very good. He made 7 clearances in this game with 2 interceptions, won 1 aerial duel, and his tackling success rate was decent as well, especially in the moments and areas where it really mattered. He made some great last ditch tackles, and really the whole back three worked well as a unit individually and together. Cons: there weren't really any cons in Azpilicueta's game yesterday. I'm giving Azpilicueta a rating of 7 out of 10. Victor Moses. Pros: 1 key pass made to Alvaro Morata in the 14th minute of the game, which put Alvaro Morata through on goal. Cons: poor going forwards. He didn't really test Niles at all, didn't really try to take him on. It didn't help that we weren't really focusing our attacks on the right hand side, because we really tend to focus our attacks wherever Eden Hazard is positioning himself on the pitch. Poor involvement in the game. He only attempted 2 tackles, winning 1 and losing 1, and he only attempted 1 successful take on. This was an uncharacteristically poor performance by Moses' standards, and I'm giving him a 5 out of 10. Marcos Alonso. Pros: attacking threat inside the opposition's box. How many times was he getting on the end of crosses and making himself an option in attack, and it was no surprise that he got the 2nd goal in the game that really should have sealed the win for us. Cons: his tackling was particularly poor. Out of 4 tackle attempts, he only got 1. Too often Bellerin did get past him in the game as well, and his crossing wasn't very consistent, but one of his crosses found anyone inside the 18-yard box. I'm giving Marcos Alonso a 6 out of 10. Bakayoko. Pros: he was making late man runs inside the box, making use of that space provided for him. Cons: his defensive positioning was pretty poor, and too often Kante had to get out of position to help him defend on the right hand side. Another con was he was too deep. He wasn't really calling for the ball enough and didn't have much influence when we were on the ball in the game. Another con was his poor use of the ball inside the opposition box. Too many times he was either giving away a foul or breaking down way too many moves. Another con was his finishing was pretty poor in the game as well. Didn't really test the keeper much with some of the positions that he got himself into. And the other con was that he didn't win a tackle inside his own half until the 75th minute and the 86th minute. Really, this was a very quiet performance by Bakayoko, and I'm giving him a 4 out of 10. N'Golo Kante. Pros: made some vital tackles, especially right before the first half ended. Another pro was he grew into the game as the game was going on. At first he was a bit sloppy with mistiming of the tackles, giving fouls away, poor use of the ball as well. Another pro was the fact that his work rate was very good, and the final pro is that his pass completion was at 88% and he was very clinical with his passes, not really losing the ball. Con. The only con in Kante's game yesterday that it took him a while to really grow into the game. During the first half he wasn't really as influential as the end of the game, and due to this I'm giving Kante a 6.5 out of 10. It was to be a standard performance, but a game that he didn't necessarily excel in. Says Fabregas. Pros. He made 6 chances in the game, more than any player and more than the entire Arsenal team. Another pro was his work rate was amazing. He really was that box-to-box figure, really supporting the attack and helping to defend defensively on the left-hand side as well. His defensive contribution was also key as well, making some vital interceptions in the game as well. Plus his midfield involvement, he had the most passes and touches out of any midfielder. Cons. The only con was poor finishing, especially when Eden Hazard made a fantastic opportunity for Fabregas and he really should have got his body over the ball for that shot. I'm going to rate Fabregas an 8 out of 10. Some of the passes, the clear-cut passing opportunities that he did create for the team, weren't really taken advantage of. Hazard should have done better, Morata should have done better a lot of times. He really set the tempo a lot with his work rate, his passing ability and his defensive contribution as well. He would have got a higher rating though if he did score a goal in this game. Eden Hazard. Pros. Goal contribution, taking the penalty and slotting it past Petr Cech. Another pro was he was collecting the ball on the left a lot of times, really forcing Bellerin back. Bellerin wasn't attacking as much. Another pro was that he was single-handedly running at Arsenal and was really making use of the space exploited by Arsenal between that midfield and their defence. His take on success rate was amazing. Out of 7 attempted dribbles, he completed 6, and to compare that to Alexis Sanchez, who completed 0 throughout the entire game. Cons. Not being clinical enough in front of goal. And the other con was not attempting enough shots on goal as well. I'm going to score Eden Hazard a 7 out of 10. Alvaro Morata. Pros. His off the ball movement was great. 3 times he got into clear one-on-one opportunities, especially for the second opportunity where he muscled off an Arsenal defender to get in front of him. Cons. Extremely poor finishing. He had 3 one-on-one opportunities in this game and hit the ball at the keeper or missed the target in all 3 of them. He was way too deep and really didn't link up with Eden Hazard enough in this game. He was poor aerially in this game as well. He wasn't a focal point in the attack in terms of being a passing option to help relieve pressure from the team. He lost the ball and got dispossessed way too many times, which didn't help the team at all. And finally, he gave away way too many fouls. He gave away 4 fouls in the entire game. That was the most out of any Chelsea player. The second Chelsea player to get the most fouls in this game was Bakayoko with 3. This was one of the poorest individual striking displays at Chelsea, and I'm going to be giving Alvaro Morata a score of 2 out of 10. Now here's the player ratings for our substitutes, starting with Zappacosta. Pros. He made a key pass for Marcos Alonso to get the second goal of the game. Pros. His defensive positioning wasn't great in this game. For the first goal, he was stationed too wide for the Wilshere goal and he could have been a bit closer. And for the second goal of the game, he didn't get tight enough to stop the cross coming in. And that seems to be the story of Zappacosta's life. He just doesn't get close enough and tight enough to prevent crosses from coming in. I'm going to be rating Zappacosta 5 out of 10. Danny Drinkwater. Pros. His positioning was good. He really gelled into the team and slotted in. And with cons, he really didn't provide anything different to the team. He didn't add any spark to the game either. And I'm going to be rating him a 6 out of 10 as it was just a standard performance. Willian. Now I won't be giving Willian a score because he didn't play enough to really justify any pros or cons. But he did do one good thing, which was making that key pass out to Zappacosta for the goal for Marcos Alonso. But one poor thing he did do was that later on during the game, when he should have cleared the ball out of danger, he did pass into midfield instead. Now moving on to the manager rating. What score would I give Antonio Conte out of 10? Now starting with pros. He set the team up well, there was a counter-attacking style that was working in this game and we were able to create many clear-cut opportunities. Another pro was from a defensive standpoint, moving Bakayoko to the right hand side and having Fabregas on the left hand side helped the team. This was because having Bakayoko as the extra man on the right hand side helped nullify Alexis Sanchez in this game. This helped free up Fabregas on the left hand side as he was able to find the passes to Eden Hazard on a more regular basis and he was able to affect the attack more often. It's not Conte's fault that Bakayoko was poor in this game. Cons. Very poor game management, none of his substitutions affected the game or really changed it in our favour. We were just continuing the same things we were doing beforehand. A bit too pragmatic, similar to the game against Liverpool earlier this season. Both Liverpool and Arsenal had a massive hole between their defence and their midfield, which Conte wasn't brave enough to really exploit with the team. Another con was he was too ponderous as well, and the team needed better attacking support on the right hand side, where it was evident that Bakayoko had to be subbed off to bring on either Pedro or more likely Willian to really give support to the attacking players in the final third. Conte didn't make that decision, and instead he brought on Willian for Eden Hazard with 10 minutes to go. I'm going to be scoring Antonio Conte a 5.5 out of 10. Now, rating the quality of the game. Pros: a lot of frantic end-to-end football. Both teams were flooding men forward inside the opposition box. A lot of chances were created in this game as well. Arsenal created 14 and Chelsea created 19. Cons: at times throughout this game, there wasn't enough quality in terms of too many players messing up final ball passes, making the wrong passing options, taking a lot of poor shots on goal as well, and both teams losing the ball a bit unnecessarily. I'm going to rate the game from an entertainment standpoint a 7 out of 10. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Who do you think was the best player in this game today? What would your player ratings be for this video? Let me know in the comment section below, and also if you haven't pressed the bell notification button, please press it. Only takes a second, and stay tuned to all things Blue Lions TV. Anyway, you guys, I'm the FC. This is Blue Lions TV, signing out.